It is day 24 of the Gurus and Gratitude 30-day challenge that I have for you. Join me. Post something below this video. What are you grateful for today? We're doing 30 days. I'm seeing you through and ringing you through into the new year until January 4th with a gratitude share from me, as well as a quote, or more than one quote, from a favorite guru of mine. And today is day 24. What are you grateful for? I am grateful for generosity. I have received so much generosity from this world in big and small ways. And it doesn't matter if it's big or small. It's generosity, so it's equal. And the last 3 years, I believe, this effort to bring the message of truth, peace, love, joy, your true self, has been financed by the generosity of an angel who doesn't want to be named. And I mean generosity that I didn't know existed in the so-called mundane world, in the business world, where he didn't want any interest back. He doesn't want any principal back, even. And the amount of money that he has freely, completely and utterly, absolutely, unequivocally, no strings attached, offered is astounding. And it is what made it possible for me to be here now with you, and for me to have been here for 24 days, and in fact, the last 3 years. The words fail. I cannot express enough gratitude for this angel. But even that gratitude is paled by the gratitude for the reality, the truth of ourself. Today, I'm going to quote the Buddha. How good these quotes are, your guess is as good as mine. They are thousands of years old. But apparently the Buddha said, give, even if you have a little. You see, it doesn't matter how much you give. You could give $1 or less, and that is equal giving, equally generous as giving $10 million. The generosity is equal. The Buddha also said generosity brings happiness at every stage of its expression. We experience joy in forming the intention to be generous. We experience joy in the actual act of giving something. And we experience joy in remembering the fact that we have given. He also said, when giving to others, do not linger on thoughts of a giving, what was given, or the one who has received. And this is to help you erode and destroy the idea of a self and an other, you being a bigger, better, or richer person, helping someone lesser. And so when you give freely, give without attachment, without any expectation of return. Give often, because it's good for you and it's good for others. There's still yet another form of generosity that I'm going to talk about in a minute, but I just want to go in and see if we have any visitors. See, make sure we are indeed live. If you are live, please say hello, drop me a line, let me know you're there. I want to make sure that this gets out there, and if it doesn't get out there correctly, I'll upload the recording. I don't want to miss a day of my 30 days. So it looks like we are up and going. Hey, Janice, thanks for joining. All right, that's good news. So generosity, such a gift. the gift that you get when you're generous. That's how generous generosity is. You receive as much as you give. We could even say more. So generosity, another viewpoint, from the Zen viewpoint, is one of the 6 paramitas, or perfections, that arise out of the realization of no self, or emptiness. And so it is the self that is selfish, that wants to keep everything for itself, that doesn't, that has a sense of poverty. And when you lose this, you lose all sense of poverty, all sense of wanting. And so a natural generosity arises out of it. But this generosity isn't just a giving to others. This is a generosity that is recognizing the fundamental richness of experience, of your life, of this moment. When you start to see life and experience life from a generous viewpoint, you see the mind-blowing richness of the simplest things. What you might have priorly called a mundane thing is extremely richness. Red is not just red, it's a million shades of red. Silver is not just silver. Black is not just black even. Blue and green. When you start to pay attention to your experience, you will find unlimited joy arising from the nature of experience itself. You don't need to get a thing, a person, or an event to have happen, or to acquire, to get something in order to be happy. This is when you have what you will call uncaused happiness. And when people experience this, it's kind of mind-blowing. They say, I'm happy for no reason. I don't understand why. And it can be shocking at first, because we're so used to not being happy, even though it's not your natural state, not being happy, and then suddenly releasing or indulging in some of your natural state of happiness because something has happened. You tell yourself this story that, oh, now I can be happy. And so then you experience this happiness. You experience the richness of reality momentarily. Because of the idea, we think that we need a thing, person, or event in order to have this. So it's just a momentary thing. It's all mind-based. But when you are not in the mind, when you are paying attention, simply paying attention to what is, you can notice the vast richness and delight of experience. And this generosity then is not one of your giving to someone, you're giving to yourself. But of course, all generosity is you. Giving to someone is giving to yourself. But this takes it to the next level in the truest sense, that generosity is the realization of the fundamental richness of life. And it is phenomenal. It is vast. Hi, Jerry. Thanks for joining. Hi, Candace. You love my little hearts. Yeah, thanks. They're fun. So much richness here, whether it's in colors or clothing or texture. We're usually not appreciating it because we're not even noticing it, because we don't understand. You don't understand that your reality is so vast and rich that you don't need anything to be happy. You need something to be unhappy. There we go. That's my share for today. What's your share? I am grateful for generosity. The generosity I have received from others, the generosity of life in every moment to moment, the vastness, the richness. And actually, that was a powerful part of what I call the direct seeing, where I was out in the woods and there was this joy and this bliss. Well, there was this joy and this bliss for months, like 9 months. Everywhere I went, it didn't matter what was going on. But at this moment, I happened to be out in the woods, and it was winter, and there was snow and sunlight, and the snow was glinting like diamonds. And the colors were of every color of the rainbow, and they were constantly changing. And it just struck me how beautiful it was, how rich it was, how rich I am. And yet it was free. I mean, it was cheaper than free. Like I didn't do anything for it. And this appreciation of the generosity of this moment, it can be noticed, whether there's snow glinting or not. It can be noticed any moment. But that was the moment that I noticed it. And that really contributed to the joy and the bliss and to the surrender. And I'm very grateful for a friend who was making these jewelry. This is a bracelet that she made, and it looks like silver. In proper light, you probably can't see it here, but in good light, there's many colors here glinting, just like the snow was. And this is not silver. In fact, it's made of leather. I don't know how she made it. Actually, it looks like maybe you can see the glinting of the colors now that I see the video. So it's leather, and I don't know what has been put on top. But because this is as rich as diamonds, but it's not diamonds, I absolutely love and adore it. I don't often wear bling-blingy jewelry, but this one I had to get, and she gifted it to me. So I am grateful for this gift. I am grateful for the generosity of, this is just amazing. This is just, to me, this is mind-blowing. And I love the mind being blown because it's so blissful and happy. Jerry says, need something to be unhappy. Ironic, but I get it. Yeah, your natural state is happiness, joy, peace. In order to be unhappy, you must have something to be unhappy, some idea, some story, some problem. And if you look very closely, you can find that this is not other than the mind. That this is a movie, a story in the mind of which you are unhappy over. So it's not even actually a real thing that you're unhappy over. So it's good news that there is nothing out there to be unhappy over. This experience is vast and rich, no matter what it is. Every single moment, even if there's illness and pain and sickness, if you pay attention and you don't shut down and you don't fall into the movie in the mind, you can realize the truth of this experience of what's actually going on here at any moment. In fact, sometimes the pain or the suffering can be used to push you beyond the mind, push you out of the mind. Most people don't use it for that, but you could. So nothing impedes this, nothing is in the way. And that's another generosity of existence, of life, of the self, to be grateful for. What a wonderful, wonderful topic to be grateful for. All right. Okay. Post something below. Share something below that you're grateful for. Thanks for being here tonight. Janice, Jerry, whoever else is watching. And Jamie, I think, that I can see. Leave me your message. I love reading them. I will read them all. I will like them all, love them all, and comment on them all. And I will see you tomorrow for day 25. We're getting down the wire. 30 days of gratitude. Thanks for joining. You know what to do. Until we meet again, keep it real and enjoy yourself. Just